If you have not been to Stone Valley here in Pleasant Hope, Missouri, you are missing out. It is gorgeous, and they have a vintage market coming up that I cannot wait to go to because they're going to have everything. Local craftsmen, things you can't find, Kelly.
Speaking our language right there.
I know. I tell you what, we're so happy to be visiting with the owners, Josh and Lacey Norton. I have to ask you, so what was your motivation and thinking with hey, let's do a vintage market? What were you thinking?
So we love to showcase local vendors, of course, and we love vintage stuff. If you look around our barns, we have a lot of vintage items. So we really like quality, and that's one of the reasons.
Quality's key.
Quality is good. And Josh, I know that you've built these beautiful buildings and they are made to last. But now we're standing in a reception area because you do weddings, you do other events. Tell us a little bit about that.
So basically we will do vintage market. It's coming up here in August, and then after that in December we'll have a craft show that's Christmas themed. Then in springtime we'll do another vintage market, and basically anything in between is going to be either weddings or family get-togethers, or sometimes even dances, proms, that type of thing. So
yeah, and it's not just this building.
No, there's something across the way. What is that?
So that's our ceremony barn, but we also use it during our corn maze in October, and we use that basically to house some of our decor items that you can purchase during our corn maze, and we also have jump pillows, bounce pillows, all that kind of stuff over there.
So what do you have coming up this fall?
So we have our corn maze, our little fall festival. So we will have our bounce pillow open, as well as a creepy trail, and then inflatables, and then lots of other fun activities for the kiddos to do. So.
I love that. And fall is one of my favorite seasons, but then you do other things also in the Christmas season. I mean, it's just such a beautiful space. How many acres do you have?
So we have 400 acres here, and it's right on the Pomme-de-Terre River, and that's the reason we call it Stone Valley, is because there's a bunch of rocks down in the valley. So
it's beautiful.
I noticed that, and I love it too. And when I walked in here, I thought, man, this barn has been here for a couple hundred years. They just don't make them like they used to. No. And then I was shocked to know you guys built this just about 10 years ago?
That's correct. Yep. That was the whole intent, is to basically make it to where it looks like it's been here forever, but we also made it a little bit more convenient because it's got heat and air, and which is nice today. So.
Modern, but it looks older. I love that. That's great.
Really, why is it they say all the time, they don't build them like they used to?
Because they don't.
They don't, and that's what I'm saying. I love that you respect that, and you're bringing in, for example, for your vintage market, things that are going to last, things you can't find. And even you were saying something, too, about people bringing in salvaged items that are very rustic, and then you can have the creativity to make whatever you want out of them.
Exactly, yep. We have a lot of vendors that bring in things that are just very rough and rustic. And then it's always nice to see people like the next event, and they'll say, hey, we bought this and we turned it into a planter, or we turned it into a swing, or we turned it into a desk. And it's always interesting what people's creativity can do.
It's great to hear those stories. So now you do have the event on August 27th, and that's for the crafters.
Yep, August 27th is our vintage market from 9 to 3.
How can people find out more information? Because I know people can get online and search for this event.
Yeah, on Facebook, the Barn at Stone Valley, that has all of our events on there, and so check it out.
Keep an eye on that page, guys, because they're always adding things, different things in the fall and in the spring, and it's going to be fantastic.
I'm excited about, Kelly?
What?
This is our first time here.
I know.
And I know these two, and I know their creative wheels. I can't wait to come back here next year.
And see what they've built.
I tell you, I'm never going to recognize this place.
I know, it's so great. Nice to meet you guys. Thank you for doing this great work here and making, where people can come and enjoy your land.
Vintage Market, August 27th, Stone Valley. Check it out.